And we're back with the iconic duo of myself and Colin. Good evening.
Apparently it is. I do just notice that we've done the C2 S3. They've done S3 C1 in the other one.
Yeah.
I can just see them both. I'm just going to take it either way.
It doesn't matter.
Not that it really makes any difference at all. It was just something I noticed while trying to find the page.
Nope.
Waiting for us to go live. There we are. Oh,
yeah.
Hang on. Turn my volume down. That always helps.
And done.
Kieran says evening.
Good evening, Kieran.
Why am I so far behind on this?
I've no idea. Ah, there we go.
We've just started, and according to my screen, we're about 35 seconds behind. Teabag says, let's go, welcome back, lads.
Thank you very much, Teabag. I hope you have a good race, same as you, Kieran. And we are...
Right, throw the phone away, don't need that. Dry. Okay, that's what Teabag says.
It's dry race, okay.
Dry throughout as well.
Thank you for that, lads.
That's nice. And there was Kieran hoping for a little bit of rain.
Yeah, I know.
Who doesn't want a little bit of rain when you're going around Zandvoort?
Okay, so we've got a couple of debutants for the start of Season 3. A couple of guys coming up from Tier 3. Yep. Paranoid, Warrior Huntsman and Sociopath, with the wonderful sight of Teabag as a reserve.
Because it's a new season, everybody's in different cards to what they were last season.
Indeed.
We've had a reroll.
And it is Sedluck who is out first. Hello, Armin. I hope you have a good time here at Zandvoort for this evening. I think he is also another debutant of tonight.
Didn't he get in the didn't Armin get in the race at Brazil end of season 2? I think. I may be right, I may be wrong, I don't know what's going on here. He's gone quiet.
Sorry about that.
It's alright, you just suddenly disappeared on me while I was mid-sentence. Fine, I don't mind.
What did you say?
I was saying, wasn't Armin with us for Brazil, end of season 2?
I'm not sure, but Sedluck has got on his way and he's just come round turn 1 into turn 2 and into the dreaded hairpin of turn 3.
On board with J-Doy, who's also on his flying map as well.
Righty-ho.
And we've also got Sociopath, Snitsy and the Matthias and Rhinosaurus, they're all on laps now. And a couple more starting to pop on them as well.
As he comes up to, I believe, that is turn 7 or turn 8. No, he's just gone through turn 8, never mind.
I'll tell you something, there's quite a lot of cars on track.
Yeah, down to turn 12. Let's see what the starter for Q1 is. First lap of season 3. And it will be a 1:11.7 for everybody to chase, and we will now go to...
Will be through next, I think.
I've just gone with Ronan Saurus. He did a 50 flat.
J-Doy's done an 11.795. Sociopath just in the 12.1.
Matthias was an 11.4. Good evening, Matthias.
I've just jumped on board the Teabag.
And it is a 12.4 for Ronan Saurus. Yeah, let's see how Teabag's doing in that wonderful red Ferrari.
Is that a new helmet he's got on there?
Armin is a debutant too. Yes, and that is true. Kieran's just pointed out something. Will he be able to take back-to-back poles?
Probably not.
Nah, that's Kieran. Nah. Okay, so we've got a couple times coming in. Warrior Huntsman, who has done 11.3. Matthias was in 11.4. Cameron Poulter and TIG Stephen with an 11.5. Scotty 15 on his own, as usual, with an 11.6. Said Luck with an 11.7. Same with J-Doy. Arman with an 11.8. Joseph a 12 flat. Sociopath a 12.1. Roland Saurus and Teabag.
As you're going through them, Schnitzy pops in there with a 12.1 too.
Yeah.
Completely confused you. I saw that happen.
Ronan Saurus a 12.4, Teabag a 12.5, with Bother also with the 12.5. Jack Slater then at the back so far with a 12.7. So now we will have a look at J-Doy, who is in the gravel.
So you were right then about Armand, because, you know, as you already said,
a debutant. Yeah.
Yep, and Aidan Gray did say morning, people. Now,
good morning to you, Aidan.
What's going on with Aidan there? But it's definitely not morning, Aidan.
No, it is the wonderful evening, because it is Friday, which means it is race day. As we'll just have a look at Schnitzy, who is in the come to the start of the third sector, and it's going around the last corner.
We just had another comment. Matthew Brady, he says, "How we doing, lads? Matthias here."
Ah, hello Matthias, how are you doing?
And Aidan Gray says he's only joking. I mean, honestly, we knew that. We're just mocking you. Well, I won't lie to you. And Kieran loves how the drivers are actually getting involved while they're not out on track.
Yep, as Avi's just about to come onto a lap. He's just gone through turn 13.
When it comes to comments, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
You know, you guys want to take the mick out of each other, crack on. If not, we'll do it for you. Makes no difference to us.
So, we'll have a lap of Zandvoort with Avalak as he comes down to turn 1.
So, Aidan has informed us that he thinks he might be one of the little pigs, because there's a big bad wolf trying to blow his house down in the name of some kind of storm going on in Glasgow.
Ah, it's only Glasgow. It is a 24.
The weather in Glasgow is horrific. It sounds like my house is going to get blown down, so I'm assuming he thinks he's one of the 3 little pigs.
It was a 24.8 in the first sector for Avalak, as he just runs wide. I believe he is going to back off this lap. And now we'll go to our resident Dutchman, Paranoid, trying to get a race win here at his home circuit.
Can you just stop talking for a minute? We've had a couple more comments I'm trying to read out to you and you just won't shut up.
Look, I'm feeling quite happy.
It's okay. Take a breath.
I'm feeling quite happy.
We're co-commentators. Let the other dude have a turn. Right. Kieran had said new helmet, new car. Who's this? Which I think he's trying to point out his new helmet and new car. Scott, as in the one you said's on his own in the 11.6s, that's Scott.
Yeah.
Said season 3, let's go. And T-Bag's just said, yes, Cole. He seems to keep putting an E on the end. I don't know why he does that. It is a new helmet T-Bag's running tonight.
Aha!
So I was right, it was a different helmet.
It is Paranoid with an 11.6. 3/10 off the start of Huntsman so far.
And Huntsman's still holding it the fastest lap.
It is
3 there.
Kieran, who I'm on board with at the moment, and let's have a look at the new helmet, since it is quite nice, you know. It is quite nice.
Honestly, the picture that I saw of it the other day, it did make it look slightly more orange than it looked now. I don't know what that was about.
Probably the lighting, as it is not.
It was probably the lighting, yeah. I mean, I did say to him at the time, like, you know, the lighting may affect the way it looks, but still looks nice.
Oh yes, 100%.
Aiden's laughing at us. That
We
was
can
probably because I told you to shut up.
Yeah, lovely little sparks coming.
Cameron goes with an 11.3. Sorry, I was cutting you off there because there was a new fastest lap.
Yep, not a problem. I was just saying, sparks coming from underneath of Kieran's car. Could that mean he is running a low ride height?
I would believe he is knowing Kieran.
And it is purple.
Maybe it's a little too low.
It's purple sector 1 there for Kieran, as I missed his sector 1 time.
Right, we've got a slow moving Red Bull, I think, but that's probably just getting out of the way for other cars.
Probably. As Kieran goes down the run to turn 12.
He's just getting out of the way for his teammate, who I think was also on another flying lap. Oh, he's not. He's actually about 6 seconds slower, so he's not on a flying lap. Oh.
And round the last corner we go with Kieran.
So Mayspin is the only person who hasn't actually gotten out for a lap.
And it's a 12-1.
Coming out of the pits.
It is a 12.
Back end as he does.
It is a 12-1 for Kieran. Back-to-back poles, not looking likely.
Kieran's got more time in there.
Jack Slater just coming around the last corner.
Because in that practice session we was doing before the race tonight, he was doing not too far off your time on mediums.
Yeah.
So I know he's got more time on those softs.
Well, just go on with Stephen for the lap.
Well, I'm actually just sitting on board with Mayspin at the minute, who's actually finally gone out for his out lap.
Yeah, he's done a key run.
Who hasn't. He has, yeah, he's left it till about the 7-minute mark before he's gone out for the lap. Although Kieran, if it was Kieran normally, Kieran would have gone out around 4 minutes.
Yes.
And just banked it all on one lap. It's unusual to see Kieran on the timing board this early in a session.
It is, but it's a new season, possibly a new Kieran.
11.5.
2/10 off of Cameron Poulter.
I told you he had more time than that. Oh, Mayspin's just rubbed the wall coming out of the last turn. That didn't look too healthy for his car or for his speed.
Stephen, 3/10 down in the second sector.
Yeah, as I said, I knew Kieran had more time in that car on those tyres. He just had to get a lap to link up.
Yeah. As Stephen's now coming into the pits. So I will jump on with Mayspin, see how he's doing.
I'm still on board with him. I completely missed the sector time though.
He's only just now hit the start of sector 1.
There you go.
It's a 32.9.
Yeah, he's just 32.9. Yeah, I was about to say, has he even got to the end of it yet? So Stephen must think he's safe. He's just retired in the pits.
He is not doing a flying lap. His ERS isn't going down.
No, he isn't. Not unless he has forgot to turn it on.
But Huntsman has just set a purple sector 1.
I mean, that is a very, very dark helmet as well. I don't recall having seen that, so maybe that's another new helmet designed for the new season then. Now his ERS is going down. I bet he dropped that lap because he touched the wall on the start of the lap. Not a great lap, so you were right, he definitely didn't bother with that.
As Huntsman's just come around the last corner here at Zandvoort and is going into the pits. So we will go on with Mayspin.
So Kieran's excuse was he needed to burn fuel.
Right, okay. Okay, Kieran. And there it is, a 25 flat for Mayspin in the first sector.
It's a lot better. That's about a 7-second improvement.
Yes. So we'll go on board with him. Yeah, sounded like as if it was choking.
I thought maybe it was just my end, because I know sometimes my end and your end say completely different things.
Hang on a minute.
The car is echoing back.
No, that is my Google speaker deciding to chat back to me.
I heard something and I thought maybe you dropped on the stream and you put your sound on by mistake. I've done that before.
No, so... Yeah, another mic's off.
Nathan has...
gone into the pits.
I would have finished that, even just to like finish it, not unless he's planning to go in and get out very quickly and maybe try one more lap. Because surely he's not going to let himself go out by not setting a lap.
Well, he's got 3 minutes.
Like, you know, a proper lap. I'm not on about the no ERS, drag his feet lap that he has actually set.
Yeah.
So to me, that's not really having set a lap.
No.
So surely he's not going to let it go based on that.
As Joseph just hit.
There it is.
The DRS, and it is a 12 flat for Joseph. 6/10 down. Sociopath, 1.3 seconds down going into the first sector. I think he's just setting himself up for a new lap as Bother's now retired in 17th position.
That's not going to be good for Bother then.
No, not at all.
That's also not very good for his teammate either, because with the way things are now, the teams are all really banked together for points and that. Obviously,
yes.
To the point scoring system for the constructors and stuff. It's not only not helping his teammate Scotty, who's currently not, but it's actually also not going to be helping the T1 and T3 counterparts either.
Yeah, Kieran just saying I did an identical sector 1 with Cameron and a very close in the top 10. Yeah, 3/10 in it.
It is, yeah. It is very, very close in the top 10.
For the top 10.
Well, the top 11 are covered by 4/10. Just shy of 4/10. As it changes. Because Avi goes faster, whilst I was looking at him. He's just putting in 11.451.
Mayspin is back out on track.
Point still stands though that the top 11 are now covered by less than 4/10, about 3.5% covers the top 10 or 11 drivers. Bearing in mind 10th and 11th or 11.670 and 11.676, so there's like 6 thousandths between them.
Yeah.
Like that's how close 10th and 11th are. There is around about 3.5 between them.
As Mayspin hits the DRS
well, the drivers must all be busy
2.
because other than Kieran, who's still talking, as he actually says less than 6/10 in the entire top 15. Yeah, that is actually true. Very, very close. It's 4 thousandths off of being 6/10 the difference between first and 15th. That is a very, very close.
As Mayspin comes in with an 11.9. But
Teabag just about hanging on to it there.
But Mayspin is going on for another lap.
And if he got through before the flag, which he did, then less fuel, if you can link that lap together again, just like the last one. There's a
Here's a 10th.
Yeah, there's a 10th or 2 just in less fuel on board for you the next lap as opposed to the last lap, as J-Doy is currently facing the wrong way. So that will be J-Doy not improving. I say this as I was watching him wipe out 150 yards or meters or whatever it is called. He doesn't actually say it just as 150 on it. But he just wiped one of those out. And he spun around again because he tried to light it up too much on hot tyres.
Mayspin is still a 10th up. So could he knock Teabag out? on his final lap.
He could. I mean, there's, what, about 20,000?
He does.
He does. He's knocked Teabag out. And that is our bottom 5. Because Sociopath's not going to affect it, and JB's not going to affect it. So we are going to lose Teabag, Ronosaurus, GJ Bovart, Jack Slater, and Matey Boy. That is our 5 for the drop.
Yeah, and I'm going to post that into the Q1.
Yes, you do your duties. I'm going to
do your duties.
What I was doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to encourage young children, so I'm not going to say what I'm doing. But it's what I meant to do before we started the race, and I forgot. So I'm going to do it now instead. Kieran says savage quality.
Yeah.
I agree. However, it would honestly be nice if it was more people than just Kieran bothering us.
Yeah.
Teabag says, that's cool, I can make a cuppa and have a chill.
Well, you can have a cuppa and talk to us.
Yes, he probably will. He will sit there and do some form of mockery to us like he always does.
Thank you, Stephen. He said, great stuff, guys.
I did actually say that about 30 seconds ago.
Well, it's just come up for me, okay? Susan's not really doing the greatest job at the moment.
No, obviously you're not doing it, are you? Like, come on, sort yourself out. Yeah, so my stream that I'm watching is around about 10 seconds difference. It's actually caught up. So right at the start, I'd lost about 30 seconds somewhere, but I seem to have caught up a little bit again. As Teabag says, mockery, that's you two on me. Well, yes, but it's not just you, we mock everyone. Don't feel special, Colin.
And then Kieran said, Matt has taken my car and P5 from me.
Yep, yes he has. He's taken P5 and his car from last season, so if anyone watching wasn't aware of what that bit meant, yes, Kieran was an Alpine driver last season, Matthias just stole his car.
Saying that, let's take a moment to actually see who's swapped teams.
To be honest with you, we were talking about this in the chat we had earlier during the practice we were doing before tonight's race, and there's actually quite a few of our drivers in Tier 3 that are actually in the same cars.
Yeah.
Because I was complaining that I'm in the Williams again, and I think Teabag's in the AlphaTauri again, Gameful's in the Alpine again. Like, we've got like 4 or 5 drivers that are actually all in the same cars that they were last season. And
yeah.
That, you know, it's mad considering the fact it was a completely random draw. So,
considering that,
Avi was in the AlphaTauri last season.
Yes.
But I don't think any of the other guys in the league are actually in the same cars. I don't think. I could be wrong.
Colin said, Tier 1 Kamikaze, 12 points for my licence with my seat under review.
Yeah, that probably will be Teabag's start to the race. Turn 1, launch everybody off circuit and get his seat under review. That sounds about right. Matthias says, haha, we'll see, lad. I think he's on about to Kieran about having stolen his car.
Yeah.
And his position. And Teabag says, at least Warrior Huntsman's turned up tonight with lapping papers. So
we've got a couple of tyre choices.
Yeah, I haven't actually pulled that up yet. I was still reading the comments, so we've just had another one. IDK. I'm assuming that's the acronym for I don't know.
Yeah.
And they said good job. So I'm not actually sure who that is. Funny enough, I don't know.
No, I don't know either. But we've got Sociopath, Schnitzy, Cameron Poulter, Armin,
I'm actually on
Paranoid, Joseph, Jadoy, and Matthias, all on softs. Sedaluk, Avi, Huntsman, Scotty15 and Mayspin are all on mediums.
And just to point out, there is only 3 people left in their pit garages, that being Stephen, Avi and Kieran. Everyone else is currently out on track, either on a lap or on an out lap. So we have about 12 cars on track currently.
Yeah. And it is Cameron Poulter who is leading everybody out. And it's a 25-0 for Cameron in the second sector.
I'm going to have a scroll through and have a look nosy at the helmets that people have got and see if we've got anyone without a helmet today.
Yeah! Yeah!
I think we've got last season's bug still going. So I've got as far as Joseph. His is what appears to be black and red, or maybe it's dark blue and red. It could be to match the Red Bull. It's hard to tell, but it looks...
and that is the time for everyone to chase.
Yeah, 11.9 to chase there. And see, now people have stopped putting in times, I've got to start again. Sociopath 11.8. And then Joseph goes 11.8 too, and Snitzer goes 11.4. We're just getting faster and faster here. And Matthias goes even faster with just under 11.4. It's 11.398.
Oh.
And Mayspin seems to be going very slow there on the...
yeah, he's just letting cars past, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Paranoid's just coming through the last corner. Let's see what he can do. It is 11.9.
I'm still trying to get a look at these helmets. Some of the guys have actually, they look like they're trying to match the helmets to their cars.
Yeah.
Quite nice to see. But then there's other ones that have changed the colours of their helmets to their own liking as well. So it doesn't match the car, it's their own sort of colours. For example, if you look at Sociopath, his helmet does stand out quite a lot from his car.
Kieran's just said, epic job tonight, guys. Back where we belong. Of course, back where we belong here on a Friday night.
We only had 1 week off. Don't know what you're all making a big deal of it for.
Well, a week off is quite bad. I don't like...
Not a lot to do last week. We did a couple of pre-seasons, but it wasn't as exciting.
No.
Well, I don't know, I mean, China on Friday night was quite exciting.
That is J-Doy going very slowly.
So Avi is actually on his lap now. So we only have 2 who haven't been out for times yet, that being Kieran and Stephen.
Yeah, Cameron Portis just said, lap was on old tyres, front left on fire.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
I've never experienced that one, thankfully.
It's a 24.9 in the first sector for Avi, and purple's it too.
Yeah, Avi's going very fast on those medium tyres. Bearing in mind that the current fastest lap times have actually been set by soft runners, apart from Warrior Huntsman, who is only half a tenth off of the current P1 spot on medium tyres.
Ooh,
so that is a very impressive.
It's a 49.8.
And another purple sector as well from Avi.
Yeah, and Kieran's just said, of course, it's me, smoke break.
Of course it's Kieran having a smoke break before he goes out on track.
But yeah. Oh, that is Mayspin.
I can't say anything, I was actually just doing the same myself. And
it's 11.4 for Avi.
Ooh, that must have been all lost in the third sector, because he purpled the first 2.
I'll be back now in 2 seconds.
Okay, mate, I'm pretty sure I can keep up with it while you're not here, as always. So Stephen is now on his out lap, so we're down to the only person who hasn't been out yet is Kieran, who has just said that there was a savage lap from Avi, and it was right up until Sector 3, where Sector 3 seems to have really not helped him. And he also said pre-quali rituals, of course pre-quali rituals, having his smoke break, which he always does. But you do have just under 8 minutes, so you've got all the time in the world to finish your smoke and still get out for your lap. So I am just on board with Stephen myself, who's just finishing his out lap. You guys are unfortunately having to watch J-Doy because Dan's gone away on one, but you get to see him put down a lap. And no, he's actually dropped into pit, so you won't. So that will change on its own shortly, I believe, unless Dan's still there and does it himself. There you go. Kieran has done with his smoke and he's now heading out. So I'll try and pick him up myself in a little while, because Stephen is just about to start his flying lap. So we'll see what he does through Sector 1. And I can only apologise about how quiet it gets when Dan's not here. He does talk a lot. He's probably gone to see Susan. That's where he's gone. He'll be back in a minute. So, end of Sector 1. That is a 24.924 for Stephen. It wasn't good enough for the purple, but he is running the medium tyres as well. And we have yellow flags in sectors 1 and 2, so that'd probably just be cars moving out of the way for the faster drivers. That is a purple sector 2 though, a 49.7 for Stephen. He's just got the last 2 corners to go. Oh, and he spins it on the penultimate corner. That's unfortunate, because now his tyres are going to be too hot and he's going to struggle to start a new lap. Unless he can get them cooled down very, very quickly. I do believe he's running the George Russell helmet that unlocks through the pass. Does look like it. As he goes again, but I'm going to jump on and see what Kieran's doing, because he's just starting his lap as well. Oh, pardon me. So, through the hairpin goes Kieran. Nice and smooth there as well. That can catch people out. It's caught me out before a few times. And he sets a 25.5.
Is that a Aston Martin who has crashed out? Yes! Stephen's crashed out.
Stephen then, I don't know where he crashed. I was actually on board with him, but I dropped away to watch Kieran. He dropped in the penultimate corner and then went to go for another lap, so maybe his tyres were too hot for it.
Yeah.
He may have dropped early in the lap, but I missed it because, as I said, I jumped on board with Kieran for his, as he does the 50.9 second sector.
That was in between turns 8 and 9.
Oh, he got quite far into the lap then, really.
I
mean, so he must have just been pushing very hard. It was unfortunate because on his previous lap, he actually purpled the middle sector.
It's a 13.2 for Kieran on the medium tyre.
That's not good enough. Kieran needs to find a lot of time for this next lap.
Yeah, he's got to find roughly around about 2 seconds.
Still complaining he's got to burn fuel again.
Yeah.
As Armand's gone fastest with an 11.228. Kieran has just purpled the first sector, so he has definitely found time there.
As
I didn't actually see the time. I just saw it flash purple on me. End of the second sector is a 49.9, which isn't good enough for purple, but it is a personal best, and he is around about a second fast for this lap.
As Scott's just but cut. Oh! Schnitzy's gone off and has lost his front wing. Coming out of turn 3.
An 11.6, a second and a half faster, but he is only just safe. He is currently P9 with an 11.653. Joseph is an 11.667 and just about to go out for another outlap.
And Scott's 0.3 down.
But
going in.
Kieran doesn't seem to have backed off either, so I think he's going for a third lap.
No, he is. He's out of fuel.
Backing off now. Yeah, he's just backed off.
He's out of fuel.
He wasn't backing off at first, but now he is, yeah.
As I believe it is Joseph coming up behind him.
So as it stands, we've lost Mayspin and Stephen because both of them have crashed.
Yeah.
We currently have Paranoid, Scotty and J-Doy who are all in the pits, and in fact Paranoid's just coming back out. Scott's actually just going in, so he may not have the time to get back out unless he hurries the hell up. J-Doy is about to go back out as well. They are the other three still currently in the drop zone. They need to find between 2 and 3 tenths apiece just to squeeze into the top 10. Because between Sociopath in 8th and Joseph in 10th, there is 22 thousandths of a second.
As Joseph's just going on to a new lap.
Warrior Huntsman has retired from the session, so he must believe himself safe there in P5 on those medium tyres.
I've just noticed the two Alpha Tauris are only separated by 1/10 of a second.
Ah, there you go. So Kieran says that he did a fuel burner lap. That's the reason he was so slow on his first flying lap. He wasn't actually using the RS. And the second lap was obviously with the RS. So I was saying earlier that I was running on board with, I think it was Stephen.
Joseph.
And they were running the George Russell helmet, or it looked like the George Russell helmet. You know, the one that's in the new pass that's come for the F1.
Yes.
Recently. I think I unlocked that myself yesterday. It is quite a nice helmet.
As Joseph's just about to come to the line.
And J-Doy
he does go quicker.
J-Doy is actually running one of the career helmets as well. You know, the red and gold one. I can't remember what the guy's name is from the career, but that's the one J-Doy's running currently. And he's actually just gone purple in the first sector.
Yeah, 2/10 faster, and he is now on softs.
He is on soft.
So could he knock Kieran out?
Yeah, could he be looking at knocking his own teammate out? Because currently Joseph has found a little bit of time and moved Kieran down to P10.
Ooh.
So could one McLaren end up knocking the other McLaren out? He's now found 3 tenths, almost 4.
And he only needs around about 1.5 tenths.
Yeah, he doesn't need a massive amount of time to... Kieran's already been knocked out. Somebody else has just moved up. Paranoid in 11.4.
Oh.
And he goes 9th. So that's just knocked Sociopath out as well. Both of those two are already flagged. They must still be in the pit. So
Joseph,
left who can try and squeeze out now is Scott, who's 2 tenths faster. So he needs to get, he needs about 2.5 tenths to get into the top 10.
And he's just come out of the last corner.
Yeah.
And he does.
He goes P7. So that's actually put Joseph back in the drop zone. So we are losing Joseph, Sociopath, Kieran, Mayspin and Stephen. Which is kind of unfortunate because Kieran did actually set his time on mediums. If he'd have actually taken the risk and gone on softs, he may have actually got through. Because now he's been knocked out, so he has free tyre choice.
Yeah.
So yep, that's actually correct. So Sedi says he's not 100% sure, but AlphaTauri are both drivers in Q3. But obviously, at the time that could have changed. They have actually got both drivers in Q3, Avi and Sedi. Kieran says we agreed on a strategy earlier, so I'm assuming that was to our conversation about J-Doy knocking him out of the top 10. Yeah, Sedi says me and Avi have the strategy for the whole season already. Gameful says great job, former teammate Paranoid. That's Q1. I think he meant to say Q3. I think he knew he was getting through. And Sedi says, and Alfa Romeo have both of their drivers in the top 10. They do. AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo actually have both drivers in the top 10. So Cameron Poulter says he was actually slightly faster, but ran wide at turn 12, and yet Gameful did say, oops, yeah, Q3 was what I meant. I thought that's what you meant. We all make those mistakes, don't worry. I'm waiting for Baby Dan to watch the stream back and realise while he wasn't here I was saying he was off with Susan again.
Ah! Thanks.
Well, I had to make an excuse for you not being here. I was
No,
helpful.
I was waking my little sister up because she's a lazy cow.
That's not very nice. So of course everyone is now again on softs because this is about sheer raw pace now. There's no need for strategies for tyres for the race. That's all done in Q2. So I'm on board with Matthias, who is out. He's actually out way ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
He was first man out.
Yeah, he was.
I think that's one of the Alpha Tauri's that are following him, and then one of the Alpha Romeos, and then it will be Cameron Poulter and the Red Bull.
As
and then I think
Matthias,
that's the Alfa Romeo coming out as well, and Warrior Huntsman's out in the Ferrari.
Matthias just coming up to turn 12.
Yep, Armand, and now the other Alpha Tauri's come out too. So there is just
2 cars.
2 cars, which is Scott and Jadoy, who have not yet left the pit. I saw orange, and at first I actually almost said Kieran, and then I realised he wasn't in Q3.
As Matthias just crosses the line.
Trying to be mean, I saw the orange and thought, oh, that'll be Kieran sitting in the pits again, because Kieran always sits in the pits. And then I realised Kieran wasn't actually in Q3, and it was his teammate J-Boy that was actually in Q3. Kieran says, I'll sit and watch this week.
Yeah. Back-to-back poles. No bueno for Kieran.
No, he said back-to-back race wins, I think he said.
He said back-to-back poles.
Back-to-back poles, my mistake. I thought he said back-to-back race wins, but either way.
No, Dan took the win last season.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about that, you're right. But no, definitely no back-to-back poles, which we did call. He said that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But
sorry, Kieran.
I do honestly think that had Kieran had the time, he could have gone out again on the soft, and I think he would have very easily got into the top 10.
Without a doubt.
But
it's Kieran.
Unfortunately, he decided to come out very late and do a few laps, and potentially cost himself a place in Q3.
As Kieran said, I've never had a CDR win, and congrats to Dradoy to getting into Q3.
Yep, absolutely, I agree.
0.002 of a second is what separates Matthias and Sedlock.
That is very close. And then there's quite a big drop to Paranoid here, actually. It's just a break 10. So I don't know whether he just had a bad lap or something, but I know Paranoid is faster than that. Warrior Huntsman, the same 13. So Warrior Huntsman must not have had a good lap, unless they were doing a Kieran and doing fuel burner laps.
So I'll just go on with Avi, who is coming around the last corner. And it is an 11-1 for Avi.
Nice. So we've got J-Doy is now on an out lap as well. He's in sector 2, coming up to the end of sector 2 actually. So currently it's just Scott we're waiting for to come out of it.
As I've just noticed, Warrior Huntsman runs the same car number as me.
Ah.
Car number 21.
Yes, he does. So we've had a couple more comments, which was Teabag said Sedlock and Avi taking care of the Alpha Tauris for him. And Kieran said he's compromising his session for the team, which is fair. J-Dory for the front row. And then somebody said nice Avi, which was AP.
I think that's Armin. I think that is Armin.
I'm not sure. Maybe. If they could confirm that, that would be helpful. But it could just be a fact. We do have a few people who have
it is a 24-8 in the first sector for J-Doy.
Ooh. Yeah, as I say, we do have a few people in the league with fans. For example, my teammate Osso, he has quite a little fan.
Yeah, the Osso zone.
Yeah, that's the one. So maybe it is a fan, or maybe it is on. And like you said, I'm not 100%. No, that is actually someone else then.
Ah.
So he must have a fan. Kieran said the ozone is fantastic.
Oh, it is.
Fan zone we have going on.
And it is an 11-9 for J-Doi.
He doesn't seem to have backed out yet though, so I think he might go again. As Scotty has finally left the pit.
Yeah.
And he's currently getting to the end of sector 1, so he's got time to put some time down there. He's another one with the
APMARGOZI is a visitor from FTR.
Ah, there we go. So it's a visitor from FTR then.
And Collins also said
T1's got a wet quali.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for them. Isn't there my answer to that?
Ah, very unfortunate. But I think it would have played into Kieran's hands, you know.
I think you're right. I mean, Kieran did say though he did compromise his session for the team, so you know they must have been looking at potentially Kieran on mediums for the start of the race
and J-Doi on soft.
For the start of the race, which meant they would have been completely separate when they came into the tyre stops.
Yeah.
So you know, obviously team strategies and stuff like that.
As Scott just comes round to turn 3. Very cleanly done, can I just say, from Scott. And it's a 24-6 in the first sector from Scott. And Collins just said, fingers crossed Sunday is wet all the way through. Yeah, nah. That's all I can say to that. As Scott's coming up, and it's a 49-4. Purple's a second sector. As he invalidates on the last corner, it would have been pole. Well, provisional pole for Scott. As Kieran's just said, Scotty is a contender for the title if he can keep his nose out of trouble. Huntsman's up 2 seconds. And it's Huntsman who takes provisional pole. As we go back to Scott to see if he can knock Huntsman off of that top step for quali. And Colin?
Yeah?
Could you invite TIG Stephen back, please?
Yes, I will jump on that now so you can keep the stream going.
Thank you very much.
It will just take me a moment.
And Scott just comes around the last corner. He makes a very quick dive into the pits, and that was speeding in the pit lane. As Schnitzy's 3/10 up. Matt DG says was up 2/10 up and invalidated on the last bend.
Invite is away to Stephen now.
Thank you very much. So let's see what Schnitzy can do as he crosses the line. It is an 11-3, which puts him in that 3rd spot.
I'm not sure if you actually picked up all the comments that's been coming in. I know you saw the one about inviting Stephen.
Yeah.
But T-Bag says, fingers crossed Sunday's wet all the way through.
No, I did see that.
Hope not.
I did see that.
Very much hope not.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, nah.
Colin.
Nah.
That's a terrible thing to
Oh!
say.
Sedluk's gone and he's lost the front wing on the last corner.
Ooh, that's unlucky, because there is not time to get back in and get back out again.
That is Sedluk.
Will be doing
as Avi sets the first 1 minute 10 second.
That is a brilliant lap.
Scott, let's see what you can bring out the bag.
So, T-Bag just said he does because he thinks the track's pretty epic in the wet. I'll be honest, I missed this track last season with CDR because I had a power problem during the weekend of this race. However, I did race it with another league, and I ended up binning it out of the last turn as we was released from under safety car. It is not fun. Not fun like this.
Colin?
Yes?
Could you send J-Doy an invite, please?
Yes, I can send J-Doy an invite.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 moment, and I shall do it.
Colin's just had AlphaTauri for the win.
Of course he'd say that.
As Cameron Poulter puts in an 10-8 as well. Only 3...
just scrolling through trying to find J-Doy now. Ah, there he is. Got him.
300ths separates Avi and Cameron.
That is very, very close.
If only Go on.
They're around about, what's that, about 2/10 faster than Warrior Huntsman, and I know Warrior Huntsman is very quick.
Yeah.
So,
if only normal F1 was this exciting.
I know. But more interestingly, Scott hasn't actually set a time yet.
No.
Sedluk, Paranoid have both...
Poulter said ran out of VRS before the line was 9/10 up.
Ooh.
Good lap though, Cameron. And this is Scott's last attempt.
It is. And I will say, T-Bag, shut up about wet conditions. We are not having wet conditions on Sunday.
And
no
it's a 10-9 for Scott.
Ooh. So he's broken to the 10s as well. And I don't think he's planning to back out just yet. Oh no, he's going to have to because
time's run out.
Flag for that the AI again now.
Yeah.
He just seemed to still be going for it, and then I realised the flag was next to his name. He'd actually run out of time. It's okay, the AI's still going for it then. So we've still got Cameron, who's dropped in the pit, and we've got Warrior Huntsman,
who's just about across the line. 11 flat.
Yep. 11.099. That was actually, that 11 flat was his time anyway.
He didn't improve.
Absolutely. I'm going to say, not unless he either didn't improve at all and was slower than that, so it's just showing his best time, or he matched his exact best time, which I think is highly doubtful.
You can check in the race director.
It's okay, it's not that point. He's actually another one with one of the career helmets on, look.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pity to see that people are using the career helmets and stuff like that, because it's just nice to see when people are making their own colours of the helmets and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like a couple of the guys, as I said earlier, have been trying to match their car colours. You know, the Alfa Romeos. One of those guys had gone red and white because it kind of matches the Alfa Romeo. The dark blue and red. One of the guys in the Red Bulls had that. You know, it's kind of nice to just see people customising them to go with their own cars or their own preference and stuff like that. Oh, pardon me. An energy drink supposed to be on. But so far I've not seen anyone without a helmet, so that's good. Dan's 10th in P1. To be fair, Dan did say during the practice session, if he can maintain a top 10 finish, he will be happy.
Oh, one of the boys in Tier
Paranoid
1.
says 3 cars crashed in 10 seconds. I didn't see anything like that, but it may have just been that people were retiring from the session because they were happy with the position they were in, or there wasn't enough time to get back out again. Would be my best guess on that one. I don't actually think that many people crashed.
No.
And Jack Slater says Avi's on fire. Yes, he is. Although we hope not literally, because that won't be very good for his driving. We've already had one wheel on fire tonight. We don't need a car on fire next.
No.
While you're there watching T1, Teabag, how did Osso get on? Because I know he was reserved in for T1. Him being my teammate for T3. So,
as we get
interesting to see how he's getting on for himself.
Right, so I'll quickly have a look at tyres. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runners on the mediums.
Yep, and no surprise, Mayspin and Kieran, who both went out in Q2, have actually chose the mediums anyway. Both of them were on mediums at the end of Q2. And Jack Slater is also on mediums near the back. I would be guessing those guys on mediums are probably going to do something like medium soft, or medium soft medium, something like that.
Or maybe
soft.
Possibly,
or medium hard, but I doubt it, because a lot of people like myself don't like the hard on the risk of the safety car. I mean, this is a track that has what I would call a higher risk of the safety car, because it's so easy to lose it in silly places like the hairpin, that bank in last turn. Like, you know, it's such an easy place to lose it.
I'm just getting myself set, ready for the race start.
Oh, and of course, turn 3. You touch the curb at turn 3 and you are going into the wall.
Medium strategy is medium hard, lap 15 to 20. But I didn't catch the medium soft medium. 13
to 20 soft, 23 to 27 back to the medium. I don't think anyone's actually going to follow that. I saw it on the screen, because remember, my screen's slightly behind. But I don't think anyone will really follow that. I mean, I see that all the time, and me personally, I never really follow what that says. I make it up as I go during the race. Like, whatever I feel is the right choice of tyre for me. Because those strategies aren't always the best strategies. I mean, before in races, I've started out on the softs, and then I've done a medium, middle stint, and then depending how many laps I get out of the medium, I'll either chuck on more mediums or I'll jump to softs if I think I can get into the end. You know, it varies based on what's happening on track. Safety car comes out, you might hit early off the mediums and just stick some more mediums on.
Okay, we've got the green light. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and a couple jump starts already.
Jump start, drive through.
Sociopath and J-Doy.
Well. Yep.
As Huntsman dives down the inside of Scott.
Cameron's actually taking the lead from Avi as well. So J-Doy's currently not really on track. I don't know what's happening there. I know he joined us late, but I'm not really sure what he's doing. I'm just trying to keep an eye on him now.
J-Doy's left the session.
No front wing, and he's left the session. That's not helpful. I'll see if he wants an invite back. The Avi fan said, yeah, Avi, go, and good luck, guys. So, we missed those. J-Doy's actually rejoined the session. He may have been able to pick it up from the invite I sent him before.
As Kieran's lost it as well.
So he must have had a bit of a problem there. So this is not going very well for McLaren already.
No.
Not even the first lap yet. Teabag's currently 17th as well, so he's not had a great start, although he has just overtaken Steven, who appears to be going backwards here. I don't know what's going on there. Not unless he had a wobble somewhere, but he lost 2 places there to Teabag and Matey Boy. Sociopath is currently taking his drive through, so he will undoubtedly go either very close to the back or after that.
We are still waiting for J-Doy.
J-Doy won't pass him because J-Doy needs to pit anyway. Pit strategies just come up again. Soft, hard, 12 to 14. Medium, hard, 16 to 20. For me there.
That's Paranoid right on the back of Scott.
So yeah, so this is going to be... Yeah, see, I wondered how it was going to play out for J-Doy, because I've seen this happen before where they get a drive-through and then they lose a front wing on the first lap.
Yeah.
And it forces the drive-through, and then they have to go another lap and then pit again for their new set of tyres and a new front wing. Whereas this time, it's actually done it. Right, this is saying soft, hard, 11, 13, soft, medium, 10, 13, and 20, 23. And as I was saying, I've seen him before where it's done that, but this time it's actually pitted into the new front wing and new tyres, and he's still got the drive-through.
Huntsman's looking for a move into turn 1 on Avi, but backs off.
So my best guess here, as DRS is enabled now, is J-Doy will pit again for his drive-through now, and that, oh, he's just spun around actually. That will undoubtedly make it that he actually gets lapped inside the first 3 laps.
Oh, is that Matey Boy who's lost it?
Yep, Matey Boy has also lost it, and he's also lost the front wing, and that is out of the hairpin. By the looks of it, that hairpin is a notorious place for having little spins like that.
Yeah.
And it will put you in the wall on the left side.
Oh, that is close from Joseph on Schnitzy.
Everyone's all so close together.
I know.
He's like having a run at Jack Slater, but he ran out of room. So he will possibly have another run at him into the start-finish DRS straight.
That is what Huntsman's thinking of doing. Down the inside goes Huntsman.
I've got an amazing helicopter view of that happening as well. There you go. Teabag is going past very quickly there.
Oh, what a move there from Huntsman. On Avi.
But he made the move stick in the end. He almost didn't quite make it there. But that is Teabag through on Jack Slater. You have Rhinosaurus all over the back of GJ Bother as well.
That is Matey Boy in the pits who goes for set of mediums.
I'm surprised J-Doy's actually come out ahead of the pack. I thought his drive-through would cost him a little bit more time than it has. So he's the length of the second DRS straight away from the guys ahead of him. Like, it is not far from him being lapped now.
Oh, what a helicopter view I've got.
Yeah, sometimes you get those really brilliant helicopter views. I had one of Teabag. In fact,
oh, that is Matthias down the inside of the last corner on Schnitzy.
So
oh, that was beautiful. And I think that is...
Bother does not have DRS. I don't think he did anyway. It didn't look like his rear wing was open.
Oh, Scotty and Armand going at it. And that is Scott who is spun on turn 3.
That's unfortunate. That's actually before the hairpin as well. Usually it's on the exit of a hairpin, unless he clipped the curb at turn 3. Because that curb at turn 3 can come in very, very keen.
Huntsman is now right on the very back of Cameron.
Who's that going backwards?
That is Armand Plays.
Wrong way. He's just lost quite a few places there as well. And he's now just ahead of Teabag. There is such a close train that one mistake is costing people 6, 7, 8 places at a time. There's almost no room between these guys. I mean, we've got everyone from Paranoid.
Is that Huntsman going? Huntsman running it outside, trying it, run the outside of Cameron. Will he be able to make the move stick? Going into the hairpin, and he does make it stick, but Cameron's coming back at him. Oh, that was very close.
Yeah, as I was saying before you got into that, I was just letting you finish.
Sorry, Colin.
No, it's fine. So, everyone behind Paranoid in 4th place, so Cedric in 5th, all the way down to Rhinosaurus in 11th place, are running a DRS train currently. So, one mistake in that particular area, I mean, Paranoid's only 1.7 off the back of Avi, who's less than a second off Cameron, who's then less than a second off a Warrior. So any mistake there, and you could be outside the top 10. Like, that is how close these guys are all running at the moment. As I've got that wicked helicopter view again, like you.
Yeah, same here.
In fact, we're actually watching the same car, so.
Jado's got a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line.
He is not having a good race. But on the other side of the McLaren window is Kieran, who has actually crept up as Cameron Poulter is dropping places.
Yeah, he's gone from second all the way down to 11th.
That's exactly what I was saying. One mistake inside that top 10 and you are guaranteed to be outside of the top 10. Has proved by Cameron Poulter. He was less than, I think it was around 8/10 off the back of Warrior Huntsman. He's clearly had some kind of an incident there, or a spin or whatever, and it's put him now a second and a half off the back of P10. So he's effectively lost about 9 or 10 places because people are so close. There's such a long DRS train going on. As Matthias has made a move on Schnitzy.
Yeah.
At the end of the little DRS straight. I missed that. I just saw the times closing up and switching over.
Yeah, I missed that as well.
So Kieran is actually closing the gap on Teabag here. Now he is on the medium tyres, but he is inside the DRS window.
As so Cameron's now in the pits. And it is the yellow striped medium tyre that is going on.
So Kieran's closer but not close enough as Matey Boy has DNF.
And that is a safety car.
Yeah, that is a safety car. I'm just trying to find the car coming past it now.
That would be Huntsman.
Huntsman. Yeah,
Boy,
there he is.
That's just coming out. That's in between turns 8 and 9.
Yeah, that's a fairly odd place to lose it. That is unfortunate there for them, for Matey Boy, and of course the Haas team. Oh, okay, why did that just happen? It's okay, I've just seen Rhinosaurus and GJ Bother switch places, but I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know whether it was one had overtaken the other or what, but he didn't seem to be given the position back, so I assume the game isn't telling him off for that.
Now we will see what tyre strategies people go on to. As Huntsman dives it down. Huntsman's into the pits.
Yes, he is, and so is Paranoid and Sedi.
And it is another set of, well, it is soft tyres for Huntsman.
Almost everyone inside the top 10 that was on soft tyres have dived in the pits.
It is very frantic there in the pit lane.
Very. It's so frantic in the pit lane, it's now put Kieran into P5.
Yeah.
From like P13 or 14. But as I said, that little switch with Rhinosaurus and GJ Bother, if it was an overtake under safety car conditions, which is what it looked like, but all I could see was the switch of the names on the timing board, then that's down to those guys to report that at the end of the race. That's not for us to concern ourselves with.
And guess what I get to do for the first time of the season?
Oh, for God's sake, here we go again. What do you want to talk about while the safety car's out?
Yep!
I need to shoot myself while Dan's talking. I don't know, I mean, how do you think it's going so far? I mean, this is the first race of the season. Obviously, there's a lot of interchanging sort of strategies going on here. I mean, we've got Arman, who's now gone onto the hard tyre, so maybe he'll be thinking of running those to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, the soft or medium to hard strategy was between 13 and 16, I think it was. So he's a few laps early, but obviously tyres don't wear half as much under safety car, and we're probably going to see, I would say, lap 11 or 12, maybe 11, I would think, for the safety car.
Yeah, end of this lap, I think it's going to come in.
I don't know, because it depends how long it takes J-Doy to catch up.
Where's he to? 12? Yeah, he's just come out of turn 13.
Yeah, he's got the last 2 turns, and then the full length of the pit straight.
He'll catch up.
If he gets a wiggle on, he should be alright. But saying that, he's also
a lap down.
A lap down as well, so it won't actually do him any real favours, but he does, of course, have to catch up to the safety car train. So...
Hiya, Jen, how are you doing?
Yep, I was just about to say you've had a couple of comments going on there, and of course a Bother fan.
And so, Avi as well.
Yes, I didn't see that. I just saw Mr. Munch and I ignored that comment. I won't lie.
Yep, Mr. Munch.
So, Avi and Bother. To be fair, Avi and Bother have not yet pitted.
No.
Bother and Matthias, I think, probably should have. 9
Bother
laps on soft tyres. In fact, Stephen as well, who's also done 9 laps on soft tyres. I would have thought that they should have pitted, really. I mean, Avi on the mediums, maybe not. I mean, you know, you can get 14, 16 laps, depending on your setup, maybe more.
Yep, safety car in this lap.
It's actually coming a little earlier than I expected, but that's
I said the start of this lap, the end of this lap, sorry.
You did say end of this lap or the next lap, so we were umming and ahhing, but it's coming quite quickly.
It has.
The only time I ever really don't like the safety car is when it comes out in Spain. When it comes on the exit of turn 3, right over to the right hand side where you can't see it till you're almost on top of it.
Bother is side by side with Matthias going into the first corner.
And Warrior Huntsman is trying to chew up Bother's gearbox too.
Well, Huntsman is now on fresh soft tyres.
He's on fresh soft, and the 2 guys in front of him are on 10 lap old soft, which will be about ready to go off, I would think.
Oh, a little bit of contact. Will that let Kieran...
I think that was just a love tap. Kieran's actually in a kind of
very decent position, yeah.
Because like Avi, he's actually got probably another 4, 6, maybe 7 laps on those, depending on how his setup feels on those medium tyres, before he needs to make a pit stop. So it should allow a bit of a gap to open up. Whereas Matthias and Bother, on the other hand, who have only have just hit 10 laps on those soft tyres, I would think, especially Bother, who's currently fighting with Warrior Huntsman, he's got to be looking at a pit stop shortly. Because those tyres are...
Oh, that is Matthias who has spun round!
Facing the wrong way. He's got to pit right now, would be my best guess. I mean, he's already pretty much at the back of the grid now, as it stands. He's 17th. There's Mayspin to pass him, who now does. And J-Doy's a lap down, so J-Doy's kind of irrelevant for that at this point.
So, Bother's going round the outside of turn 3.
Yeah.
But
on the grass, nonetheless.
has to yield from the fighting FTR GJ Bother. And now Kieran's actually got to the back of them 2 as well.
Yeah, but then Kieran's, as I see this helicopter view now, Kieran's got about 3 or 4 more cars very, very close behind him as well. In fact, that'll be the 3 drivers behind him on fresh soft.
Oh, that is very close from Bother and Huntsman. But it is Bother who is out in front at the minute.
This is a wicked helicopter view I've got of all this.
Yep, Bother's into the pits.
Apparently, Matthias just got stiffed. He had hard selected and it put softs on. That's according to a comment that we've just got from Metzer.
And it is hard tyres for Bother. And hard tyres for Teabag as well.
They could go to the end on those. Those hard tyres will go forever. And then a day longer than that too.
So
that was very close to running the white line on the exit there from Bother as well. But as I pointed out before, the fact that he left it so late to actually pit off of those soft tyres has now put him in a position of he's almost at the back again because the whole grid was so tightly packed because of the safety car. So me, I think I would have taken that pit stop before the safety car, personally. But then what do I know about pit stop strategies?
As Scotty15 overtakes Arman in the chicane.
So we've just had another comment, and that Metzer, who was saying about Matthias getting stiffed on his tyre selection.
Yeah.
He says, I was a nutcase who told him to stay out and let everyone fight with a two-stop and let him have the clean air to make time up. I would say that might have been a little bit of a mistake. As
Schnitzy's now in the pits. Also 4 hard tyres.
A lot of people are going for these hard tyres.
Stephen also putting on the hard tyres.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. He was coming off the soft tyres anyway, so he's probably looking at that 10 to 13 change from soft to hard strategy that we saw near the start of the race.
Oh, that is very close off Rhinoceros on Paranoid.
16, something like that. So, I don't know why, I'm actually still running on board with GJ Bother as Mason made a pass on Cameron Poulter there. But of course that now gave Cameron Poulter the DRS, but that short DRS is not a long enough range to really do much with, unless you are actually on the person's gearbox, of course. Oh! That was a little bit of contact, and
that is Arman plays out.
And his wing is still flying all over the track, so that is a full safety car.
Another one. So those who have gone on to the hard tyres, would it be easier to go on to the mediums?
Avi and Jack Slater on 14 laps on medium tyres, I would pit now. That would be
same with Kieran.
Yes, I didn't see Kieran as well yet. I did say those like Avi and Jack Slater with 14 laps on those tyres. I would pit because those medium tyres aren't going to go a lot further now. So I would pit. I would chuck on another set of mediums and then save a set of softs to near the end of the race, about lap 28, 29.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that. You wouldn't even need to do that. Who's that going round? Somebody else who's just gone round at the back there as well. Was a Red Bull. I think it was Joseph. Yep, it was Joseph. He just had a little bit of a spin there. And he's lost his front wing.
For the second time of this season. Colin, what would you like to talk about?
I don't want to. So Avi's clearly taken the
so is Kieran.
Out there. So
the top Kieran. 5 has gone in. Hard tyres for Avi. Mediums.
Well,
hard tyres for Kieran.
Ooh.
I'll quickly jump onto the tyre selection thing. So, Huntsman, medium. Kieran, hard. Paranoid, medium. Sedaluk, medium. Mayspin, soft. Jack Slater, hard.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I said earlier on that all these tyre strategies people are coming up with and everything that the game says that you should get as a tyre strategy, I just completely ignore, because things like this happen. Safety cars come out, and it was the perfect time for those guys that was on 14 lap old mediums to bin those 14 lap old mediums and get themselves on either a new set of mediums or a set of hards or something like that, you know.
Something that might take them to the end of the race.
Yeah, I mean, Me, I probably would have gone medium because I don't like hards under safety car. That's a personal preference.
No, right.
I would have probably gone medium and then run a set of softs somewhere around about lap
28, 29.
Yeah, about 27 to 29. I would have gone in again for a set of softs and then just push those softs as hard as I could to the end of the race.
But that also means J-Doy has now unlapped himself.
Who is that ghosted car?
Probably J-Doy.
No, it would be Stephen, I think. It looked, I could be wrong, but it looked, from the point of Joseph, like the car behind him, which is Stephen, looks like it's ghosted. Unless it's the way the light catching the Aston Martin. I could be wrong. But it does almost look like that car is ghosted. But he's still quite a way back. They haven't caught up the safety car train yet. Like I say, it could just be the way the light's catching the car. No, it is. That is a ghosted car. I've just seen the rumble strip stretch through the side of his car, so I know it's ghosted.
Yeah, that is
not unless he's put it into AI or something.
That would be a big no-no if he had.
Mayspin and Jack Slater, 5-second penalty collisions with each other. Teabag and Stephen are right at the back there. What are they doing? Not entirely sure what they're doing. Okay, now
I'm just watching Stephen's car.
Hole again.
No, yeah, it is still ghosted.
It's hard to tell. I'm actually looking at it from his own point of view, but then
yeah, it's ghosted.
As I go, yeah, I was going to say I've gone back to Teabag's point of view now. It is, yeah, I can see now. I've picked it up again. Yeah,
safety car in this lap
as well. So, has Stephen left the session, or is he actually AI under safety car? Is the question. Because of course, if he is AI under safety car, he won't be having any temperature in those tyres at all.
Send an invite to Armin, please.
We have a McLaren facing the wrong way, which I'm assuming is J-Doy, because Kieran's not lost any positions.
No.
Armin?
Yes, please.
Is there any particular reason for that? Because he's
DNF'd, haven't he?
The race. Yeah.
No, I've seen that he left the session. So. That's all.
Yeah, it's alright. I was about to say, no, he's DNF, mate. There's no reason to.
Yeah, that's the reason for the safety car, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the reason for the safety car. However, as I go back to talking about that, I caught that just as they came through the last turn, and there was a bit of contact between Armin and I think it was Jack Slater he was fighting with at the time. But I don't know whether that was, you know, kind of a result as to why he span or whether he just dropped the wheel just after the contact.
Yeah.
You know, but then obviously that's something again for them to deal with in incidents. As Stephen is still ghosted.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, he's definitely still ghosted. Rhinosaurus 3-second time penalty for track limits.
And that is Kieran.
He's still ghosted, but I'm not sure why. I don't know if that is a game bug, because I have actually seen that game bug before where people have been ghosted whilst actually driving the car. Somebody did that to me. They drove straight through me when I was trying to defend. I was like, what the hell? Their car was just ghosted. I don't know.
Avi and Huntsman are really going for it again, as Cameron Poulter's gone out. And there is a VSE.
The VSE, because Cameron Poulter's lost it.
Which turns into a full safety car! There is a full safety car.
Oh, it has not gone through safety car yet. Okay,
and for the third time this season, Colin, what do you want to talk about?
Well, if this is the way it's going to keep going, we're only just over halfway into the race, and we're now 3 safety cars deep.
Yeah.
Really, guys, come on. This is not the way we wanted to start the season with a bunch of safety cars.
People swerve in, go around the last corner, according to Cameron.
From what I have seen of the way that people have had their incidents. Either, I mean, I missed the Cameron one, but I'm assuming he dropped it somewhere. And the Armand Plays one, like I said, there was a bit of contact with, like I said, I think it was Jack Slater. But I don't know whether that was the reason he dropped it. And Matey Boy dropped it on his own anyway. So it's not like there's big incident happening, because it's not. It's just people seemingly, from what I've seen, people just
and that is Scotty 15 into the pits for a set of mediums.
Yep.
Sociopath on
mediums, it's
set of mediums for him as well.
Risky, but I think
16 laps on the mediums, yeah.
For the end, yeah. I mean, they do start to get a bit unhappy, shall we say, after about 14 or 15 laps. You know, but if you take it a bit more gentle on them, then plus there's less fuel on board than the way we were set up for practice earlier, so maybe that'll help too.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll stretch those for the 16. I mean, 16 is kind of average for mediums anyway.
Where's Kieran to? He's all the way down in 14th. But he has just put on another fresh set of mediums.
So Stephen said that's it, just back on. So he lost his internet about half an hour ago. So maybe Stephen's not actually been racing the whole race then.
No.
Or maybe it's been a bit in and out for most of the race. Okay.
Oh. 16 laps to go, 3 safety cars in the matter of what? 5 laps? Saying that, there's been a safety car every 3 laps since lap 9. Am I right in saying that?
What's that?
Every 3 laps since lap 9, there's been a safety car.
Give or take, yes. We had about 9 or 10 laps quite well, and then it all went doo-doo.
Colin!
3 safety cars in.
As T-Bag's now in the pits.
We all know what I meant, but I changed the word.
I was expecting the word to come out.
Well, I thought about it, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to do it again and swear on the stream.
I don't do that.
I heard what you called your sister earlier.
Huh?
In the sense that you was talking about your sister, it is not a nice thing to say. It may be the name of an animal, but it's still not a nice thing to say.
Ah! That's fine. I haven't got shouted at it. Shouted at for it.
Yet. They may not be watching it yet.
Ah.
Well, as always, safety cars are boring. But Rhinoceros is in an awful position in first place there, because he's got 11 laps on those soft tyres, which means he's going to have to pit. Safety car in this lap, by the way. He's going to have to pit sometime in the next couple of laps, maybe. The whole grid's all going to be bunched up, and he's going to lose more positions than necessary. He should have pitted when the safety car came out. Because he could have done what all the other guys did, chucked on a set of mediums or a set of hards and just gone to the end.
Yeah.
So he won't be doing very well by the looks of this.
So everyone, Rodonsaurus getting us underway again.
So Cameron saying about losing the back end going around that last corner. That's exactly what I did when I raced here. It is, pardon me, it is not a fun corner to take. Not when your back end just has a little bit of a step out and then goes, bye-bye, see you later.
That is said to look up the inside of Bother, which Matthias also takes.
Well, Rhinoceros has actually got a really good start to this. He's
2.5 seconds.
2.5 seconds inside the first
3 corners.
4 or 5 corners, yeah. Oh, Christ, he's gone. And he's improved on his lap time by 0.042 of a second.
Not
So
bad.
I do think he's going to have to pit shortly. because those tyres will go off in the next lap or two, as we have Scott not driving. I don't know what happened there. I just saw a Mercedes not doing what it was meant to be doing on track. Come on, Scott. You're not going to let your own teammate beat you, are you? Yeah,
As I'm on board with Kieran.
Kieran's not doing bad either, considering where he started. He's around about the same, actually.
He's 2 places up.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a couple of places up, yeah.
And he is now looking for a move on Jack Slater. Oh, that is very close!
The harder tyres, so the slower.
Down the inside goes Kieran.
Warrior Huntsman has overtaken Avi as well, the P2.
Huntsman is going off on one.
Yeah, but there's now 3 seconds to Rhinosaurus. But as I said, he's got to pit. Those soft tyres ain't going to go a whole lot longer. You know? I mean, yes, he's doing well on them, but one, they won't get to the end anyway. I mean, depending on what other tyres he has or hasn't been on for the rest of the race, if he could hang it out for another lap or two, I suppose he could stick another.
And that is Scotty 15 into the pit.
I'm not surprised Scotty's pitted.
For a set of hards.
A set of hard tyres this late in the game, I would have gone set of mediums.
Hard tyres? Even softs would have done, what, 13 laps?
Would have gone, yeah, I mean, there is guys that have been putting 12 and 13 laps on the softs, and they have been doing fairly well on them. There's no reason he couldn't, but mediums would be the safer
DRS has been enabled.
And Harry goes fastest lap of the race so far with a 12.964.
Harry?
Was that Harry? Huntsman, sorry, it's because I'm used to saying Weatherman Harry. We've seen him so many times. See, missing seeing Harry now, and I'm saying Harry instead of Huntsman. Shut up.
Saying that, there is an Irishman in the lead, so you may as well call him Dan.
Yeah. He won't be in the lead for long though. I told you those soft tyres just aren't going to go much further. And Huntsman is catching him up. He's found over a second already.
Oh! That was close off Kieran on the back of Bob there.
I do apologise to Huntsman there for insulting him and calling him Harry. I was thinking of Harrison.
As Paranoid's slipping back.
Talking to Harrison, I had a chance to pick on him because he's not in this league anymore.
In the league? He's in Tier 1, mate.
No, I meant in the Tier 2 Championship part of the league. You know what I meant? Stop mocking me. I told Susan to sort you out, don't mess with me.
Oh, I'll just chuck on the edge of a cliff.
She'll enjoy that.
Schnitzy's now on the back of me, Spin, and Paranoid's pitting.
I'm thinking that Rhinosaurus is going to go for
Huntsman's 9/10 behind Rhinosaurus.
He's found another second on him. But he is flying at the minute on those mediums. And as I said, I think Rhinosaurus is losing time the longer he stays on these tyres too. I don't think he's helping himself. I think he needs to come off, stick another set of softs on, like now, like he should have done 2 laps ago. I
mean, look at that gap. It's gone from 9/10 in 6/10 in a corner.
That's what I mean, like, less than a lap ago, he had 3 seconds. And then it went down to 2, now it's down to 3/10. Alright.
Yeah, Rhinosaurus has to pit.
Is Huntsman going to go for it here? He's probably going to get DRS, I bet.
Yeah, he's got DRS.
Hit. Huntsman's gonna, there you go, look. And Huntsman's got DRS, so he'll just open that wing up and...
And he's got a 5-second penalty.
Speed in the pit lane, of course. Everyone loves a good speed in the pit lane. And he jumped onto mediums. Okay, I would have gone back on another set of softs if you had them. This is what happens though when people don't change their choice of tyres before they pit. Because your race engineer will choose whatever the strategy tells you it should be. You should always check it a lap or so before you do come in. Once you're on a straight or something, it doesn't affect you whilst you're on a straight. You just press a couple of buttons. You can see what tyre you need. If you need to change it, you can change it, you know. But this is what happened. He should have selected and set softs if he had them. And I say if he had them because I don't know if he had them. But they would have been a lot faster than the mediums that he's going to be on for the last
I've just noticed Kieran is all the way up into 7th.
Yes, he is. Kieran has actually had a pretty decent drive. I mean, as it stands, we've only got 2 drivers still on the circuit that are not going to score points.
So,
But saying that, Scott isn't very far off the back of Schnitzy either. So he could steal a point.
Saying that, as we have 9 laps to go, I think we better start the driver of the day nominations. Not gonna lie to you, I'm thinking either Sedaluk or Sociopath or Huntsman, because I believe Huntsman has not yet won a race here at CDR. And has had a very good race.
Difficult. I mean, I was just having a look at what you were looking at with the position changes. I was watching it on the stream. I mean, it's difficult because there's a lot of people that are made up sort of 6, 7, 8, 9 places. Sort of in that ballpark, there's a lot of people that's made up those sort of positions. Everyone from Kieran to Bother to Sociopath, you know, they've all made up quite a significant amount of positions.
Yeah. Not gonna lie to you, Bother is up 9 places from 18th into 9th.
He is, yeah. But the thing is, then, do we look at it on that? Because on that, that's where he had a bad qualifying.
Yeah.
But then he's had a decent race. I would be more inclined to look towards somebody who's actually had a good qualifying and a good race. So it's not about necessarily how many places they've made up throughout the course of just the race. It's somebody that's actually had a good qualifying, had a good race, and has just been solid all night.
Yeah. So in that respect, Huntsman?
Yeah, I mean, Huntsman's had a really good run.
Qualified P4, and that is Kieran out of the race in between 8 and 9. So is that going to be a safety car? It is! A safety car.
Safety car. Oh, there was just contact there between J-Doy and Jack Slater. I think Jack Slater slowed down maybe for his Delta, and J-Doy was just too close to the back of him and couldn't stop, would be my best guess there. But yeah.
This will throw a little...
This will throw a spanner in the works for all those people.
And also for our driver of the day.
Like Huntsman
Avi's in the pits.
Well, driver of the day...
And he's got a penalty.
Kieran's chance at driver of the day has just gone away. I mean, I was umming and ahhing, maybe he's not had a bad drive. He had a pretty bad start to the race, but he had pretty good recovery. Not a terrible qualifying, you know. But there was other people we were looking at too. So Jack Slater is just dropping into the pits as well. Oh, this has made it even more difficult. I mean, we were already having enough trouble with deciding that. I mean, Jack Slater's got 10 seconds of penalties, but that last 5 seconds he got just then, I don't think it was actually really on him as much as J-Doy launching him. But again, like I said, he slowed down really quickly in front of him. But like I said, that probably would have been for the sake of his Delta, because the safety car had just come out. I've done that before. I've had to almost brake check someone because of the safety car coming out and my Delta's terrible. But normally what I try and do is I try and move across the track so as they're not directly behind me anymore when I brake hard.
Yeah.
Because then if they overtake me, well, they've got to concede the position, and it's better than a 5-second penalty apiece. But sometimes you just don't have time to do that. So, I mean, there's not massive penalties to be fair. There's a few 5 seconds and there's a 3-second penalty, which is Ronosaurus, which is actually the only person who's ran track limits tonight.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. He's only had 1 running track limits, and that was just after the safety car restart. The last safety car restart got safety car number 3. And I do believe got the Aston again as well.
Yes, we do.
Do you know who's actually in a really good position right now? Teabag. Sorry about that, my phone's just off. Look where Teabag is. He has made
6th. What?
4
Whoa.
stops.
4 stops. What?
4 stops. Yep.
Jesus Christ, Teabag.
4 stops. Okay.
I think we've got our driver of the day.
I know he had a terrible qualifying. He did have a terrible qualifying.
4 stops
But
in 6th, up 10 places.
And still be that close to a podium. I think if he takes the podium, we can't argue he's going to have to be driver of the day.
There is only 3 positions.
And that's what I say, there's only a few positions between him, and theoretically he should be on the best option of tyre as well. He'll be faster than Joseph on those hard tyres because they'll have gone through their sort of happy period. Sociopath is on a lap older on his tyres, so they're about the same. Same with Matthias as with Joseph. He's on the hard tyres and they'll have passed their peak performance window. And then Huntsman and Sedi are both on 13 lap old mediums, so their tyres will be coming fairly close to the end of their own lives, unless they want to push them 19 laps to the end of the race. Not 19 laps left of race, they've done 13 laps, so they'll have pushed them to 19, which is fairly,
as the safety car comes back in.
So I do think he's in a good position. However, he has Avi right behind him. He does have a penalty, but he is on soft tyres, fresh soft tyres, and Mayspin and Bother. Or Mayspin's actually got 2 laps on his, but still.
As Teabag is going, I thought he was going to go down the inside of Joseph, and that is a car going flying.
Honestly, with this race today, I'm not surprised.
I think, no, unless it was just carbon fibre.
Must have just been bits of wings, it happens. It's really difficult because I'm torn between a few drivers here for drivers.
I am.
Like I said,
it's strange.
It sort of contradicts what I was saying before about having somebody. There's another time penalty for Rhinosaurus for track limits, so that's the 2nd of the day, and he's had both of them. As Bother's out.
Oh.
Bother is out.
As well as Mayspin, who has joined him in the gravel.
One of our potential driver of the days that we
and another safety car.
And safety car number 5. Great stuff.
Now, are they going to...
This doesn't look great for the league, does it? 5 safety cars.
In the first race of the season.
In the first race of the season, within about 20 laps. 5 safety cars. Bear in mind, the safety cars would have been out for, what, a couple of laps each on average? So there's 10 laps. So we pretty much have 10 laps of racing and 10 laps of safety cars since lap 9 or 10.
Yeah.
That's not great. Like,
That is true. Metzer. Matt deserves a shout for driver of the day. Spun himself into last, now fighting for the win.
That is another one. Yeah, I mean, we kind of woman and iron over a few. We haven't actually named all of them. We've just been kind of talking through a few of them so far. But I mean, yeah, Matthias, I had actually looked at Matthias. I mean, he's not in a bad position, but I do feel like that those tyres may not be at their peak performance, so he could lose out to Sociopath here. Maybe even Avi as well, because Avi's on fairly fresh, soft tyres. However, Avi does have a penalty, which is...
I believe 5 seconds.
Much it is, yeah, thank you. 5 seconds. I was moving the wrong thing, no wonder I couldn't find out. Yeah, so he has got 5 seconds, so that to be honest, that 5 seconds over the course of the next 3 or 4 laps of racing we've got, if another safety car doesn't come out again. Avi's pretty much out of the running for the podium, I would think. I mean, Teabag's in a fairly good place. Ronosaurus, again, like Abbey, he's got 6 seconds of penalty. With the safety car this late, I doubt he's going to even come close. Joseph's not done terrible, I wouldn't say. Same for Sociopath as well. I don't think he's had a bad race.
No.
But then, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody inside the top 10's had a bad race. It's kind of just trying to, you know, kind of find that one that's done, you know, well enough for driver of the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Huntsman's had very good battles, and he's fought all the way into that top spot.
But now he's currently sitting with Sedel directly behind him on exactly the same amount of laps of tyres, so it is going to come down to a really close battle between those two. Who can keep the tyres the warmest and, you know, stuff like that. And then, as I say, you've then got Matthias, who's had a really good race after a poor start. The same as Kieran had until he DNF.
Yeah.
Sociopath, again, he's had a pretty quiet race from what I've seen.
Yeah, he hasn't been up to much. He's just got his car in the right places.
He went out quite early in qualifying, I believe, as well. If I recall that correctly.
Hang on a sec.
Well, if you look how many places he's made up, that'll tell us,
8.
and I know that's what he's about to do. They made 8 places.
12.
So he went out in
He was in 12.
Then.
Yeah, Q2.
Yeah, so he was around about the same as Kieran then when he went out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was only a matter of thousandths of a second between them, and yeah, safety car in this lap as well. So we will, touch wood, have about 3 laps of racing left to go. And as it stands, everybody scores at least a point.
Yes.
Because we have lost 5 drivers. Now, I mean, I don't know what happened to Kieran or Bother, but why is Stephen going backwards before we've even... Okay, so I've just seen Mayspin and Scott overtake before the start-finish line.
Was Stephen the wrong way round?
Stephen... I don't even know if Stephen's actually even here. That's the problem. That's J-Doy in the way. I'm trying to figure out whether...
Oh! Sociopath just had a little bit of a moment out of turn, I think it's 6.
That's not helped Sociopath there, but it has put Teabag right on his gearbox as well.
As Avi goes up the inside of Joseph.
To be fair to Avi, there's a couple of seconds gap to the guy in front, and he is on the better tyres. I mean, I don't think he's going to see a podium, but I do think he'll still finish inside maybe the top 5 or 6 for Avi there.
He has got penalties.
He's on the tyres as well. Yeah, but I'm talking about with the penalties.
Ah.
I mean, as it stands, his 5 seconds would drop him outside of the top 10, roughly. I don't know, he's looking at a move on Teabag there. He was very, very close. And I'm going the wrong way.
Oh, there is a bit of a moment.
A bit of contact, but I didn't see it until I jumped onto Paranoid as he went sideways. I didn't.
Yeah, same here.
The way he moved away made it look like there was contact. But
no, there was.
He caught the inside curb and span around.
No, there was contact on Teabag's rear right wheel.
Ah.
And that is Matt trying it around the outside of turn 12. Runs a bit deep, but Sedalook keeps the position.
So that's not good for Paranoid then.
Down the inside goes Matt.
Thinking about for driver of the day, Paranoid had a good race. And on the last lap we get DRS enabled. So, unfortunately for Teabag, he's actually not moved anyway. He's still P7.
But Matt is really trying it on Sedalook. And Huntsman's just ran away.
bearing in mind, Matthias is on 20 lap old hard tyres and Sedaluk's on 19 lap old medium tyres. So
and Matthias has got Avi.
In great position there with tyres.
And Avi's right on Matthias's gearbox.
From Avi's point of view, yeah.
I'm watching it from Matthias's. Ranio outside Matthias is trying it, and he has actually made it stick.
Nice. And Avi almost went up the inside there too.
Yeah, I reckon we should give it to Matthias.
I think I agree with that. And I was just going to say,
and that is Huntsman.
What happened there?
And that is first race. Avi drops down to P7.
That's really unlucky. So I saw at the end, both Avi and Jack Slater now have got 5-second penalties for unserved penalties. But right at the end, Sedaluk actually backed out of the penultimate turn.
T-Bag's got driver of the day from the game.
I'm not surprised that that's based on positions picked up.
Yeah. I think Matthias...
I agree, I think Matthias had a great race. It was hard call between him and Huntsman, because Huntsman also had a really good drive as well. I do apologise to the guys asking questions there during the comments. We were so engrossed in what was actually happening on track, I completely forgot to check the comments. So there's no point in answering those questions now, because it was just, you know, kind of what laps that the guys on the top three had actually got on their tyres. So sorry about that. And T-Bag says roll on Sunday, lads. And believe it or not, it's been a very, very busy night on comments tonight. We've had just short of 100 comments.
Whoa!
I think that was number 97 that's just come in. We found out eventually. All good. Yeah, apologies about that. We get so engrossed in the race, we forget to check comments, you know. We're terrible. And there's 98, 99, no, there you go, Gameful, which has gone mad.
Thank you, Gameful.
That was a safety car race. And now they're still counting. We're up to about 105 or 6 or something.
107?
Yep, still going. I should have said anything. They've gone mad now, all of them.
Right, so it is Matt who takes driver of the day for a very worked out tyre decision.
I think
in the end.
On
115?
I think we've just had a couple
116?
More. 115, yep, still going.
Right, so it is Matt DG who takes driver of the day for very good race. Picked up a lot of positions after making a couple mistakes.
He's one of those drivers, he didn't have the best of starts, but then he just got his head down, he'd driven his race and sort of kept himself out of harm's way throughout the rest of the race, including what was 5 safety cars in about 20 laps, which is ridiculous
absurd
in itself. Yeah, absurd is another word for it. So, like I said, but he kept his head down, he got his strategy well, and...
Even though they did put him on the wrong tyres.
Yeah, they did. There was a slight issue with the tyres there, which was that he was meant to go on softs and hards, and it put him on softs, and they had to pit again later in the race for those hards, which was great because that meant by the end of the race he'd actually only put about 20 laps on those hards, so he was actually running quite well at the time. And he picked up, I think, was it P3 to P2?
P2.
On the last lap. So, you know, he had a really quiet, sort of kept his head down sort of race. So, I mean, yeah, it was a hard decision between all the possible drivers we could have had for driver of the day. Unfortunately, there was a couple of them we were thinking about, maybe, that actually crashed before the end of the race, which was really unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, generally, I don't think there's anyone else that really deserved it besides maybe Huntsman. You know, as kind of as another person we were looking at leaning quite heavily towards was Huntsman, because Huntsman had a great race. So
he did.
It was a hard decision, but I think it's a well-worthy driver of the day. Apparently I've got a message, so...
Okay.